gentlemen, welcome back to The Shifted World, our D&D live play podcast, where I'm taking these three fabulous individuals through an adventure set in the New World. And we'll get to what the New World is, but first, do we need to introduce ourselves again? No.
I don't know.
Because we've done it.
We could do it.
Let's do it again.
Why not?
Let's just do
do
it
it.
every time. All right.
We're narcissists.
I'm David. I'll be your GM, and here are three players. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Alejandra, and I am playing Buttercup.
Hello, I am Jennifer, and I am playing Ren.
And I'm Roman, and I'm playing Thunderfoot. Yeah.
Okay. Last time, quick recap. We met Thunderfoot, and we spent time in his warren, which is filled with other lovely rabbit folk, all named Something Foot. And we met their prisoner, Ren, who was a tiefling, who had been trying to steal the Shine Stone, which was a fabulous, valuable artifact made of astral star metal. And what they didn't know was, even though they'd captured you and kept you in jail and were trying to sort of connect with you and rehabilitate you, that you were secretly funneling information to your brother Liv, who was planning a heist/invasion of the Warrens. But in between then and when you were captured, you actually formed a real connection with these people, and you spent time with Thunderfoot, and you met the local delivery driver, Deeva, a fairy, who was buying the produce up. Long and short of it is, horrible invasion happened. Liv came in with a bunch of goblins during the Autumn Harvest Festival, right as you were about to be fully accepted into this loving group of people, and a bunch of people were killed.
Yeah.
Which was not what we talk about.
One of them was Darkfoot.
Darkfoot.
And one of them was,
Darkfoot.
what was your character in the wheelbarrow?
Oh,
Limpfoot?
Limpfoot. We lost Limpfoot. And Babyfoot.
No, Babyfoot lived.
Babyfoot lived. He's just in stone right now.
Yeah.
So there are
Everybody else
some that are
is stone.
killed and some that are turned to stone.
It was not good. And Liv took the Shine Stone and magically teleported away. But as we know, you can sense his whereabouts.
Yeah,
And
we're twins, so we're
And,
freaks.
and the whole town is destroyed, and all the rabbits are stoned, except for me,
Yeah, you were
you were
jumping.
jumping.
because I was jumping.
Which you think the rabbits would have thought to do.
Let's all just jump out of the way.
Well, that is what happened last time. So let's see what happens this time. Please allow me to part the veil of reality. Whoosh. Ooh, very good. Whoosh. This tawdry, mundane existence which we spend our time in is the illusion. The reality is what swims into view in front of our mind's eye even now. Night, the flaming remains of Thunderfoot's village. At one time, these were green, grassy hills in a beautiful, idyllic countryside, and now there are craters where the ground has been blasted apart by explosions. There are still flames flickering in some of the warren holes. There is dozens and dozens of panic-stricken rabbit folk, petrified into stone, laying like toppled where they stood in the field. And even worse are the burnt remains or the bloody corpses of the rabbit folks who are less lucky.
Let me ask a question.
Oh, man.
If something happened, right, to one of these stone rabbits where the arm gets broken off of the stone.
Arm is gone.
Wow.
When you took, if someone got shattered, you
They're gone
probably
for
would
good.
not want to de-petrify them.
I'm going to throw in, maybe, if you've seen Return to Oz.
Oh, yeah.
When it was all,
We just
when
saw
they were
that
all turned to
recently.
stone,
did.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
But then when they come back, they because some of the arms or their heads were missing, but they managed to kind of come back
So
fully.
are we playing Return to
How are we
Oz rules, or are we playing...
Yeah.
It is an unknown at this point in time.
We'll have to find out.
How much experience do you guys have with villages being turned to stone?
None.
I
And
have
then turn
very
back.
A
little.
little bit.
Well, actually, you guys might have more experience about this now than most people in the world.
We are not experts.
Turning back from stone is the question, I guess. No one knows about that.
No.
Maybe you can seek out expertise in the wider world. But as far as this particular moment, it is a quiet night. The last goblins have fled off into the forest. And it's just the three of you, the three only living creatures around in a grassy field at night in the burning remains of the rabbit village. What would you be doing?
I think
I think
smoking a cigarette.
Smoking. My eyes are like, what did I see? I am in shock, just smoking and shivering because I feel like it's been raining. Like it's kind of like the rain has maybe killed out the fires.
Oh yes.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
And I'm just sitting in my little camouflage cape. Sorry.
You've also seen the
Cape,
inside of a
sure.
bunch of goblins.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a little
Yes.
like, so that's all that.
Yeah, you're definitely on a come down from being an invincible.
Mario.
I'm on the worst come down ever.
Because you literally did Molly for the for the festival, like Molly that you got when you traveled dimensions. You got like literal
From the
Molly
7-Eleven,
from a
no
7-Eleven
less.
drug dealer.
It was not good.
It
Yeah.
was laced.
But it was also
with everything.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I made,
The timing was almost perfect. Like everyone was oming, and you were like your Molly was starting to like kick in, and then it got fucked.
And then the
up.
goblins attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I would be for sure running around the tunnels, being like, "Hey, is anyone here? Anyone alive?" And I'm trying to like throw up debris, and but I just see either dead rabbits or stone rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ren is sitting beside Gabbyfoot and is just like wiping goblin slime and blood off of her because she went and tried to kill all of the goblins that she could once her brother had disappeared. So I think she's sitting with Gabbyfoot, sort of holding her and like cleaning.
Gabbyfoot, the clan matriarch, who, yes, had connected with you. So she's kind of the last place she had been was she had her hand on Ren's shoulder, kind of like on all fours on the ground, looking you in the eye when she got petrified. And so she's still on that frozen, like hand out, bewildered stone face, kind of perpetually frozen.
I think Ren is also kind of sort of looking in her face, trying to see if there's any flicker of life, any sort of suggestion that she might still be in there.
It's like a
just
single
really...
tear comes from the statue.
Oh God!
No, I think there are no signs of life. This is an inanimate. Well, but the rain.
The rain, thank
It
you.
does a single drop of rain lands.
Yeah, there
The
you go.
metaphor is there.
There you
But
go.
it is like you are looking at just a statue in the town square. There's no sign of life.
I find Babyfoot's little frozen.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Babyfoot. And
Wasn't Babyfoot about to bite into a giant carrot?
yeah.
Yeah.
Babyfoot was.
so Babyfoot's biting into a carrot, but next to that scene is Lightning Foot is like protecting Babyfoot.
Yeah.
And so he's like over Babyfoot, like gonna protect him. And there's some maybe like slain goblins around. So I get like a different picture of maybe Lightning Foot in that moment. And and I rub Babyfoot's head and I'm like, don't worry, I'm gonna save you, Babyfoot.
Yeah, big old giant ears that like
Yeah.
Babyfoot always
Big old
trips on.
smile.
Yeah.
big buck teeth.
I will say, Thunderfoot, when you're down in the Warren tunnels, going through debris and stuff, you do move a piece out of the way,
Okay.
and untouched, in one of the storage lockers is the traditional warrior armor of your tribe. It is like the full suit hung up on its, armor rack,
Like a
essentially.
bunny samurai.
Well, yeah.
I'm
I
picturing
think.
Mulan.
Can you describe what the traditional bunny armor looks like?
Yes, I can.
Thank you for asking, David.
So I think they're really into papercraft. So I imagine that they just fold paper over and over beyond what is traditionally known as possible, and they use their feet to stomp on it really hard every time they fold it. So it's folded, and so basically, an arrow can't pierce it. Or I guess we'll find out in the game if an arrow can pierce it.
Shoot them!
Yeah.
No, there will be no violence in this
We thought an
podcast at
arrow
all.
couldn't pierce it.
But it's basically like samurai armor, but very like svelte armor. Very like dragon scales, like svelte, but just like thatched paper armor.
Yeah.
Sort of looks like samurai, and intricate designs and patterns on it.
Is it?
Designs-
You say paper? I imagine like white or parchment colored, but has it been like
But I think
painted or
they've
dyed?
I think they've dyed it. So I have we never went over the way I looked last game, by the way.
My goodness.
To me, it's so clear in my mind.
Because I'm a rabbit.
It's you with rabbit ears.
That is very speciesist.
Yeah, we're very humanist over here.
So, I've got, gray and
Yeah.
white and some black spots. And do we discuss that I have huge cartoonish eyes?
Yeah.
Where you can almost, like, see... Anyone talking to me can see the reflection.
Like the big rabbity kind of like liquid black.
Yeah, I've got
eyes.
big black eyes, but I have, like, a blue iris, too. But most of it's huge, people. But I think what the armor does is it kind of blends in with the fur. There's, like, white and black sort of rivers of ink, that flow down through it. And then, the armor goes down to the shoes, but never covers the feet.
Yep.
You always have to have the foot pad on the ground, sensing vibrations, able to, adjust movements and subtle, balances as you can bounce off trees and things like that. So now that I've gotten to explain myself,
Yeah.
But what do your ears do?
my ears.
Yeah.
I mean, I have
Do
done
you have them like tied back in like a warrior ponytail?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's when I'm really getting serious. I'll do like a knot
Oh.
or something, or put them in a braid.
Man bun, but for
Yeah, they're
bunnies.
long enough hair.
A man
ears.
bunny's bun.
Yeah.
Man bunny. Man bunny.
Man bunny bun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a question then. When you come out of the Warrens, which, as you
Let me
say,
ask another question real quick though.
Yeah.
Is there other weapons there too, or is it just the armor?
oh yeah, I guess there would be weapons. Like, what weapons do they keep in
I mean, I
times of
think-
need?
Yeah, I think there's definitely swords, long staff, axes. I imagine all like the kind of usual weapons, but I do imagine there's like some bows and things like that, like more like wood, like sewn together sort of weapons that are a little more like farmer
Folk weapons.
Yeah, folk weapons, as you would put it.
So do you come up when you come up out of the Warrens? Are you like wearing armor and have a bunch of weapons, or are you kind of just carrying that stuff?
I
you
think
know.
I see it and I put it on because I'm in the mode of vengeance. So I have it on. I take one of the swords, put it in its hilt, and come up looking maybe more serious than you've seen Thunderfoot before. And also maybe too because I've down there where they were blowing up. I think there were all these barrels blowing everything up down there. I've just seen a lot of destruction, so I think I'm very emotional
And some
in the mood.
maybe caved in areas too. Like it's probably like I can see going to a wall, like a tunnel, and it's like
It's all caved in. I can't.
Yeah, I think that central room where the Shinestone had been kept is just in ruins and just been destroyed. The like spa room that Ren was preparing. There's like just like a trickle of water coming out through just like a landslide of like dirt.
And then maybe, just thinking, I pass by one of the Warren rooms, and I look in there, and I'm trying to like get through, but the debris is too heavy, and it's my family's home. Like, because never really talked about his family, but his family definitely probably would most be there, and so I'm looking for my mother and my father and my sister, and I can't find any of them. And maybe I have similar thoughts that I did when I was looking at Gabbyfoot of, I was in that age where I was kind of all about me, and I was really running around thinking about how I was going to be the best, and, they all love me, but they know how I'm, like, super hyperactive, like, ADD, so I just was, like, off on my stuff, and so I'm like, wishing I had, like, gone to see them, but I'm not, I can't get through into the room.
Tragic. Damn. Yeah. While Thunderfoot is down there, Cup and Ren, you would be kind of up on the surface.
Yeah.
What would you guys be doing? I mean, obviously you're smoking Cup.
still smoking.
Ren, you've kind of cleaned up Gabbyfoot, and the statue's just kind of there.
I think I'm just kind of staring at Cup. I think I've seen her from afar before, but we've never necessarily conversed a lot, more than maybe a hello. And so I think she's, sort of freaking out. Her cigarette goes out completely. Ren just reaches over and just takes it from her and just like puts it on the ground, pulls out another one from the pack, sparks her finger, lights it,
Yeah.
sets it in her hand, and pushes
Well,
it
I didn't
close
even
to her
notice.
mouth. And goes, so, you are not good right now, clearly.
I have been better.
So, I saw you flying around like a crazy person.
Whew.
How did you do that?
I'm a fairy, and sometimes I have magical powers. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I think your the deck of thistles, your
Yeah.
magical
Hush, hush
fate
about it,
tarot
right?
deck. Yes.
Yeah. Oh
Very
no,
wise.
it's just something that fairy do. Not a big thing. Everybody's do it all the time. I don't know how to do it.
Where do you keep that stashed at? Is that on the cart's glove compartment
Yeah,
still?
it's like in a cart glove compartment.
I almost imagined
Did
you
you
keeping
hard to make it? We never discussed this. Like, there was so much destruction. Did your cart?
I think
Oh.
it did. Because that's how. Oh my god.
It was probably parked far away.
It may
right?
not. I mean,
God,
he lost his entire family. You may have lost your card.
My
you should better.
cart.
Should we roll for it?
You're right. Oh my
I think
gosh,
you'd
roll
better.
for the
Why don't you
cart.
roll d20
Roll for the
yourself
cart.
there?
Oh, okay.
And we'll just do very simple. If it's an 11 or higher, your card's okay.
Eight.
No.
The
My
card.
cart. So I want it to be like, I think everything's okay. I'm supposed like, well, at least I got my cart. And it goes.
explodes right now. There's one goblin left on top of it, and the whole thing explodes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, just one last barrel of
We
goblin
both stare at it.
explosives, and it just goes off.
I take the cigarette out of her hand. I pop 2 brand new ones, light them both, put them in her fingers, and put it back to her mouth.
Well, Cup, if the deck of thistles was in your cart, then it.
Well, let's see. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. Now that we know my cart didn't make it.
I feel like something that valuable that you'd
It's
probably always keep
like
on you,
inside.
right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably in my. I tuck it in my bra.
Little fairy bra.
Yeah, my little furry bra.
I feel like as a fairy, you'd have some sort of magical bag
Oh, a
that
secret like
allows
pocket. So I probably have a pocket that just doesn't. That it's
that
like
zips into a
yeah,
dimension.
or like a pocket on my T-shirt that actually is like like Mary Poppins. So it just kind of
Yeah.
goes. In
I like
there.
that idea. Yeah, you probably do have a little. I like that. Let's go with that. You probably
Yeah.
because you've had so much cigarettes, etc. We'll just give you a real simple like pouch of
Yeah.
holding, which
Yeah.
it just like it can hold way more than it looks like it can.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then they see me
Thunderfoot comes up
walking
from
out
out
of
of the ground.
the warren, fully armored, and I look at them, and then I just kind of tromp off down the path, like out of town, just kind of harumph.
Where are you going?
I don't say anything.
Hey,
Hey, Thunderfoot.
I'm just walking.
come back.
Thunderfoot.
What do you think you're going to catch my brother by yourself? You don't
we
even
get-
know where he is.
I fly
catch up?
over. Hey, Thunderfoot.
Yeah.
Thunderfoot.
Hey, Cup.
And I kind of slap you, but very soft because I'm a fairy. So it's like, hey.
With your wings or with your
Hey,
hands?
with my hands. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, what's up?
We all lost something today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, who'd you lose?
I lost my goddamn cart.
What?
My cart.
Cart's not alive.
Are you kidding me? That cart has been a part of my life. That cart is my connection to my kids.
Well,
I lost their photographs too. 19 photographs.
Actually, 18.
18.
You did
lost
lose one of
Deeva.
your
Did
kids.
I really still lose Deedle?
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
Deedle,
Oh,
that's
because
right.
of the start.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. You lost Deedle.
Oh, then I guess I lost.
Also, my son.
I lost my also my son Deedle.
and I stop
lost-
on that. I go, you lost your son in that fight?
I lost him to help win that fight, and I didn't win the fight. Nothing changed. I start
You like
And
grab
I'm
his
just-
ear or something and
Cry into the soft,
I
soft
lost
fur.
it for nothing. This whole town's lost.
Blow your nose into the fur. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. And maybe hearing that she sacrificed her son to try and help the Warren, I'm a little maybe driven out of my rage mode. So I'm like, hey, it's okay. I'm sorry to hear that. And I give her a hug, and I feel some of the shine energy maybe come back to me because maybe the shine energy is powered through just, what?
Love.
Yeah, love, sure, yeah. Kindness and friendship and any sort of nice feeling,
Yeah.
shine.
Shine.
Obviously.
It's just shine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't,
not love,
I wouldn't
not
try
love,
to.
let's
I wouldn't
love.
try to define it through human means.
Because there's no
Yeah,
way
as soon as
you
you put a
can.
word on shine.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's very Taoist. The shine is the shine that cannot be named. Anyways,
But it is shine.
but it is shine.
That's the name.
That's the name, and don't call it anything else. And so I feel a little bit of shine. There's a little bit of glow. Maybe the hair stands on end. Maybe I shed a little tear, and I'm like, Well, look, I'm off to go find whoever did this. So, if you want to join me, you're welcome. And then I turn and I keep walking.
Ren's been slowly walking towards them as they've been conversing. And I think she's like maybe 6 feet behind them, and she stops and she goes, I know who did this.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, but I know.
We all do.
I understand that you know who did this and you think that I am responsible. And
Are you not?
Let me finish. In a way, I am, because I trusted my brother. And I shouldn't have, because... Well, let's just say that my brother is no longer my brother.
Yeah, why should Cup and I believe you?
Yeah, I should believe you.
Well, it's been a long time since I had any sort of sense of family. And then I met Gabbyfoot. And for once, someone believed in me for doing something other than fighting, killing, stealing. And I started to believe in myself. And I know that you have no reason to trust me, but you do need me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one who knows where my brother is.
No, where is he?
He said to the New World. At
Yeah,
least
you
that's
can-
what I think.
Yes, that's correct. You can kind of sense him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like kind of location.
Yeah, creepy twin location services.
Okay, so you can't pinpoint him, but you do get a sense, and you know that he is.
I know what he wants, at least.
Yeah, and you do know that.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that Ren as the character knows that Cup and I don't?
I think
Okay.
so.
So
Yeah.
you're just gonna hold on to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know where Liv is, and you know that he's near the coast, towards a city that you would know is called Rosemont, which is a major port, and where you would go if you were trying to get to the New World. So,
Yes, my brother, he right now is near Rosemont. I know that is relatively far, but I think we could catch up.
You think if we find your brother that maybe these rabbits will be turned back to rabbits?
Well, we'd have to get the stone, and I don't know how we would turn them back, but maybe we could. Maybe we could try.
I'm gonna find your brother. I'm gonna get my Warren turned back.
Yeah.
You can come if you want, but we're not partners. And I turn and I keep walking.
Ren sort of stares back or stares at him as he's walking away, and she looks at Cup and she goes, I don't really care. Is that okay? Do I need to care that he doesn't need a
Hey.
partner? Oh,
I know your type, okay? I've been like you.
okay.
You need to prove yourself. Okay? This is your time to undo what you did. And you need to feel it inside your heart if you even have one.
That's what I go.
Wow.
Because I can hear it still. Because I have good hearing.
yeah, you got big ears. Yeah.
But you really messed up.
Yeah, I know that I messed up. I just said that out
You
loud.
know you messed
Okay.
up.
Wow. Yes.
And my little fairies up in your nose you know that?
And Ren goes, she looks down at you just with her eyes and goes, you remove your finger right now or I will remove it from your hand.
I was like, I have roundhouse kicked bitches.
You can say it. I can say it. Cup can say it.
Cup can.
I've roundhouse kicked bitches 2 times your size. That's good of you. But I'm going to give you another chance because someone gave me a chance.
You're like
So-
you're like those guys that run those camps, the Scared Straight camps. You're like, someone believed in me once. I know you. So I know you better not think I did.
You better not. It's going to be tough love, because I know you could do better than that. Yeah, so I yeah, whatever that's called, camp.
Scared Straight.
Scared Straight camper.
She does not look scared.
Ooh.
But she does look at you and looks you in the eye and goes, I know that I need to prove myself. I want this just as much as Thunderfoot. He may not understand that or understand why.
Hey. You just had to say it once and I believe you.
Wow, you are really trusting.
Thank you.
I don't mean that as a compliment, but okay, we'll
I've
work
heard
on
worse.
Yeah.
Never better.
You are like small but mighty.
All right. We're getting a little intimate.
No, I mean, let's well, I'm not getting intimate. You're getting
Hey,
intimate.
Thunderfoot. Huh, slow down.
I'm just a dot on the horizon.
Yeah. Cup has to go zoop it up there.
Can we retcon that Ren went and grabbed her weapons and like her stuff like during the sort of in the midst of the
What stuff
the
did you
cleanup.
have?
Ren had a crossbow. Like they had taken her weapons when she was imprisoned, and I would assume locked them up. So she just had a light crossbow, a couple daggers.
I don't know. That's a really good question because that place did get bombed out.
So maybe I don't have.
I
Any
think it
weapons?
comes down to what Thunderfoot would have grabbed because you loaded up for bear is what it sounded like.
I saw Ren's weapons lying a little bit available, and I just pulled down a bunch of debris on them.
Yeah, it just yeah. So I'm sorry. You are defenseless at this point. Not even your knives.
Cool. Yeah, Ren is not happy that her throwing knives are not with her, so she's just gonna have to get some more.
Well,
I have all my
Maybe
weapons
use
because they're always strapped to my body.
what is?
Clank, clank, clank.
What do you got? What are your weapons there, Cup?
Let's see. What do I have? I have
A
everything
rapier?
that's on here. Rapier strapped to my leg. I have like a
Short bow.
short bow tucked into my bra. Let's see. I feel like I have different things strapped and like hidden in my boots. Like very
Definitely lots of
Roadhouse.
daggers, huh?
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
daggers, I imagine.
Daggers.
All over
But
you.
little teeny.
yeah.
And one of those like little mini guns that you would put in like the lace.
Like the little
Yes, a lace
Derringer.
garter.
Lace garter.
Yeah, like but in my
Little
jean
minigun,
shorts.
yeah.
In my jorts.
I would do like can you imagine a little gun this
Yeah,
big
yeah.
and I just be like, ow.
Ow! What was that? Is it raining?
Someone got me with a pin. Okay, so Ren, you do have a feeling. You can sense where Liv is. Rosemont, though, without a cart, it's going to take you at least a week to cover the ground between here and there. You guys leave your village behind, Thunderfoot. Rosemont is to the northwest, and it's on the coast. It's a major port.
I've started walking then toward the coast.
Yeah.
Just hustling, and I'm indefatigable.
Yeah.
I'm basically like when Lord of the Rings, how they're just running.
Oh, just like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, just hours.
Days of running.
Well, you'd probably unless Deeva was catching a ride on your shoulder or something like that, you'd have to keep up with them.
Yeah. I only go 30 miles an hour.
Well, that's
would that
pretty
keep up with
fast,
him?
actually, 30 miles an hour.
All right, so I can keep up with him.
That's like a cheetah.
That's probably 30 feet per round is what that probably says.
Oh, maybe that says that.
I like to think she
It
she
does
can
say
go
30
miles.
feet flying.
Yeah, there you go.
30
That's a pretty
feet
good fly speed.
walking.
Okay, so I think we can just do this as it makes sense. You'd be going towards Rosemont. There's probably that's the big city on this island that is out in the Great Sea. So you're heading that way. It's going to be about a week on foot. And we just sort of see time pass. You guys traveling together, the three of you walking in profile along a dirt road at sunset the next day. It's a lot of grassland, a lot of rolling hills, a lot of sparse but beautiful forests, flowering fields. Eventually you reach the coastline and you're heading up the coast and you see dolphins and all that. When it comes nighttime and you guys are camping together, you probably have your simple whatever traveling gear. Do y'all make camp together? Is Ren or Thunderfoot or whatever making their own little camp off from everybody else, or are y'all sitting around a fire together and it's a lot of downtime on the
I think
road?
I don't mind that we're all making camp together, but I think I'm not, necessarily being overly friendly with Ren. I think I would maybe talk to Cup a little bit and, share food. And it's not like I'm purposely vehemently keeping Ren away and being don't talk to me, but I'm very much just a little aloof, I would
There's
say.
tension.
There's tension, but I'm not
Okay.
being crazy about it because yeah, I don't know. It's a nice
Makes sense.
personality.
Okay. Yeah. You
Ren-
need each other.
Yeah, and I think Ren, she just tends to keep to herself in general. Like she'll chat and talk, but is usually gonna sort of wait until someone engages with her first, maybe.
So it'd be like natural for her to make camp like maybe slightly away.
Off. Yeah,
And maybe I'm okay with that.
and I
Okay.
think she's been she's like picked up a like a walking stick essentially, and she's been using her fingers and like seemingly burning things into it, like some sort of design,
Little
or
wood burning, but you
something.
just need your fingers.
And there's like kind of a figure sort of starting up on the top, so she's like slowly like sort of artfully crafting this stick into
And maybe
a
I'm looking
walking
at it and I
stick.
think it's cool, but I'm like, no, whatever. That's kind of cool, but whatever.
A few days out from the city, you kind of get the sense that Liv is on the move again, Ren. You're still not even to Rosemont yet. But you can sense that he's like at the docks, at a port. You can sense there's a ship involved. And his voice kind of calls out to you psychically. Ren.
What do you want, brother? Or should I say traitor?
You're still like that.
You left me there, you made me fall in love with these fuzzy bunnies, and then killed them all.
Wow. Okay,
Even though you promised me you wouldn't.
I'm
So,
not-
like, what am I supposed to think, huh?
I'm not doing this. And then she shuts it off and like pulls his awareness away.
She takes a second, and then she reaches back out. She reaches out to her brother and goes, Liv, answer me.
Nothing.
I'm sorry, brother. I just want to understand.
He's pissed. I think he's pissed. He doesn't. No response. You know he gets pissed easily, and he's just in a mood. No response. But you do know that you do sense him like leaving from Rosemont towards the new world.
Okay.
A couple days later, you guys reach that city yourself. Rosemont, city of colored sails. The first thing you see as you come down a grassy slope is the city walls, which are almost like adobe. These tall, like Mediterranean stucco walls. They're like that sort of surround a large city that's located on a natural bay. And out in the beautiful blue oceans, you see the tiny little shapes of all the different fishing vessels out on the water, and each one has a different colored sail to it. Just kind of a beautiful panoply of
Good
kaleidoscopic. Thank you. A
Your word
kaleidoscopic
of the day,
vista
everyone?
of sails.
Monopoly.
There is wide gates that are open with sort of like a beautiful sort of terracotta tiling over the top of it. There's a couple guards standing guard. Humans here for the most part with their spears and their chain mail shirts and their like little like badges of the city, which it looks kind of like a vivid blue and copper blooming like iris. But they just wave and nod as you come in and you enter the city. It's wide streets, lots of flowers growing off of all the buildings everywhere. Very airy.
Ren looks around and sort of snarls at all the color. Ugh, so pink and orange and green and
Yeah, lots of colors.
yellow. Ugh, yellow. Hate it. Just like muttering to herself
And
about
the
color.
The smells are both either like really like floral, like this blending of beautiful wildflowers, or really chemical, where people who brew dyes out of all the natural flowers, like the chemical smells of a vat of like fermenting flower blossoms and stuff. Like, and you see people going through the streets with big wicker baskets loaded up with like colorful flowers and stuff like this.
Ren looks over at Deeva Cup and says, "You must love this. Flowers everywhere."
And Diva Cup sheds a tear and she goes, Dee'll love that smell. I smell it. Ink. That night, that factory smell. That's where he grew up. He loved it. Diva Cup's having a moment.
Who's Deedle?
Oh, the son I sacrificed to use some magic powers.
I'm sorry.
He's a good one. He's going to be a musician he got from me. I'll sing you a song later when I feel like it.
Cut back to that
Okay.
girl that was with him when he like got disintegrated, and there's like cops or like armored guards around her.
yeah.
Fake guards.
Fake guards.
And she's like, I swear, I don't know what the hell. Like, yeah, good story. Good story. Let's take her in.
You're gonna have to tell that story to the fairy court. Get her, boys. Yeah, and she's like dragged off. Okay, so as you guys pass through this city, who's been to the big city of Rosemont? Okay,
Probably.
I think Ren has.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
that makes sense. Thunderfoot's a local boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to you, this is probably like the most people and the most street activity you've seen, and there's not like a rabbit folk to be seen.
I'm trying to say hi to everybody because that's my normal. You know what I mean? Like,
But there's just so many
yeah.
people.
You're like Night of the Roxbury.
Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, good. Oh, nice. Oh, nice tapestry. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, hey, nice to see you. And then I spot like a cabbage stew, and my mouth starts to water because I haven't had a good cabbage stew in 1 week. So I run over and I'm like, hey, how much for a cabbage stew?
Okay, so you're in like a merchant's like market square, and there's all these stalls and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh.
She looks up at you. Oh, rabbit folk. Well, that'd be 3 copper pieces.
Okay, do I have money?
Do you have money? Do they have money?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, they're
Oh, yeah,
must
they're
have
buying
some-
and
yeah,
selling.
Exactly,
Oh, right,
yeah.
They're
yeah,
probably kind of
yeah.
prosperous.
I just want to
Yeah.
know, like, are you giving us players a certain amount of money or what?
Yeah, you guys
Can we
have
roll for it?
money.
Have
Sure.
some, right?
Let's roll for it.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Oh,
roll?
rich as fuck.
Why don't you roll the D12,
All right.
12-sided
Okay.
die, and that's how many gold pieces you have on you.
All right.
9.
How many
Nice.
copper pieces make up a gold piece?
100.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's cabbage stew. It's affordable. It's just cabbage and
I
water.
want to buy so much fucking cabbage
Yeah.
too.
I have 8 gold pieces.
One.
One gold piece.
Oh.
What did you guys roll?
9 and 8.
How the fuck does Ren, who's in prison, have 9?
Ren,
a
okay,
good
come
question.
on. Ren always stacks money all over her.
All
She's
over
not
her.
going to be
All
left
over
without
and in.
resources.
She's like, just wait a minute. I gotta
she's-
go around this corner.
Also, she could steal some money if she needed
Yeah.
to.
I'll come
Like,
back.
Yeah.
But I think the two of us are both like,
You
we
may
always have
you
money
may have
on
gold
us.
coins because you like just lifted some from the rabbit folk after you were thrown into prison.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm like, oh, can you break 1 gold piece then?
Sure, friend. Sure, we can break that for you. And like,
Okay.
she gives you silver coins and some copper
How
coins.
much is silver?
There's 10 silver to a gold, and there's 10 copper to a silver.
Cool.
Well, I like to think of a gold coin is about $10. That helps, and a silver piece is about $1.
Cool.
Then you got some dimes in there.
Okay. And I get a big thing of cabbage soup, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a big wooden bowl, and it's just basically broth with cabbage in it.
yeah, and I lift my face up from
carrots.
it, and I'm smiling real big, and my teeth are filled with like my big 2 front buck teeth are filled with cabbage. And I'm smiling, like, oh, awesome.
You've got quite an appetite there, friend.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen a tiefling by chance come through here?
Yeah, I have. There's one right over there, and it's just Ren is
He
standing.
looks over and it's Ren, but she's standing there holding an entire steak and just like ripping pieces of it and staring over
Raw?
at
Raw?
Thunderfoot. Oh, I'd say it's like lightly seared, but
By your own fingers?
It's practically raw. Yeah, she's just like holding it in her hand,
Cooking
just
it
like
as she's holding it.
yeah, exactly.
It sounds really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, she's literally just like sizzling
I'm
it.
like, no, imagine that tiefling looked just like that, but like a boy.
Make a check. Make a check for me. Make a good old charisma based. What do I want? How about like?
but like a boy and red.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was red. Okay, go on.
No, he's his black going up to
Black
garnet.
and red.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
black and red, and I'm black and purple.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay,
Totally
okay,
different.
So he's not red. Okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. Make a check for me to see if this person knows about it. Why don't you just roll the old d20
Yeah.
and add your charisma modifier to it.
My charisma modifier, which is...
Leave it 0.
Oh, God. That's terrible. Come on. Why do all my folk fucking everyone fucking
Oh,
love
people
me?
do
Oh, yeah,
love
he's,
you.
yeah, he's a folk hero.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah.
true, which means you could get a shelter and stuff like that.
Oh.
All right, I'll give you advantage because you're a big lovable guy. So you can roll twice and take the higher.
Yeah, because I just bought soup and I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all fucking lovable. Oh, 7. I'm okay. Oh, 3.
Oh.
So you seen anything like that?
Apparently he's very turned off by lip smacking.
Yeah, just, the person is really can't say that I have, friend.
That's all right.
While you are there, having that conversation, there's a bit of a kerfuffle. In fact, at the stall right next to yours, some guards are arguing with the merchant there, and it has like reached the pitch of the argument where they're like, "These are the orders of the king. You shall not sell this in our marketplace." And a couple of the guards grab like big barrels filled with, seems like seafood or something like that, and dump them onto the street, and there's a big slosh, and like octopuses come like spilling out of their like briny solution onto the street. And the merchants losing their mind, going,
Ren's tail reaches around, like forks one of the octopuses and like brings it up and starts sizzling it. So she's holding a steak and an octopus.
And then the one octopus on the ground like looks up and is like, Jerry. And then slithers away like into the shadows.
Ren notices that and just sort of watches him as he slithers away and goes, and like looks over at Jerry the octopus and goes, and just keeps sizzling him and eating him.
Yeah, Jerry's dead. Jerry's got little X's in his eyes now. He's going. Yeah, the guards and the merchant are arguing, and the merchant's going like, "They're fine. It's fine. It's octopus. Let us sell them. You call this fine?" You have actually a good look as the guard picks it up and holds it up. It looks like an octopus, except it's got like a big, weird membranous fin growing through the middle of its head, and then like coming off the sides, there's like more, like two other big membranous fins. It's a weird mutant octopus thing. No selling any seafood or any products at all from the New World under command of King Asio the Ninth. Let that be a lesson. And the guards like go and like dump over the rest of this like merchant's like stuff into the street, just ruining his merchandise. Would you eat the octopus that you have? Looking at it, it's
Is it a normal looking one, or does it look like a mutated
She has a
one?
mutant one too.
yeah, yours is mutant. If you got it from his barrels, it's got like kind of strange
I think
membrane fins that are coming off of it.
I think I'm searing it and like singeing it and like getting ready to eat it with my tail, and then kind of like hear this conversation and look at it and start to just inspect it a little more closely. How big is this octopus? What are we talking? Like small, big?
Yeah, like a good medium octopus with. It's probably like
Yeah.
2 feet long to the end of the little tentacles. The kind
Okay.
you'd buy in like a nice seafood marketplace.
Okay. Yeah.
It's red with like blackish spots on it.
I think I don't chew it yet or bite into it yet. I think I'm looking at it and like considering it, and then I sort of just kind of leave it on my tail and sort of walk off with it. So it's like sort of flopping around like a puppet on the end of my tail, and like bring it over to Cup, and I'm like, here, look at this thing.
What am I doing with that? And
Well,
it freaks me
apparently it's from the New World. It's the first time I've ever seen anything from the New World.
Oh shoot! And she's like holding it, and I just go around, flying around, kicking at it. Oh shoot!
Blah, blah, blah.
Damn, what is that? What's that been for? I've never seen anything like this. Like I'm having a
Whole thing.
whole thing while eating my magical Funyuns. Damn, where'd you find that?
Yeah.
From the other
Fayans.
From the other one.
Fans, I'm eating fans. Ram, where'd you get that from?
Oh, some merchant over there was selling it. I wonder if maybe we should have a little chat with him. I'll be back. And then I just flop my like forked parts of my tail just sort of like come together, and it slides off straight onto Deeva Cup.
So this is like prehensile.
Yeah, kind of.
Feel like a little extra hand. All right. Yeah. It's the size. It's bigger than you, so it's just like. Blah.
Oh, and I'm like crushed against like the ground, and I'm covered in slime. I'm like, oh man, my fans.
So Ren, you come over. You're basically the stall right next to where Thunderfoot is. You saw all this play out, Thunderfoot as well, and the merchant like that you've been talking with is just shaking his head. Ain't no fair.
I walk over to the other merchant, the one selling the octopus, and I go,
Who is like totally distraught. Like is clearly like all of his produce has just been destroyed, and he's just like taking it in. He looks like Thunderfoot looked like after his village was blown up.
I think I
Oh,
like.
really? His spilled octopus, he looks just like when my whole family and everyone I know and love was killed. This is what he looks like?
He looks a little sad. Yeah.
Okay.
A little
I guess it's
sad.
the same.
Really gonna minimize his grief here.
No, this guy looks upset. He's just looking. He's just like kind of a blank stare that he can't believe this has happened. We're just, oh no.
I go over and
Everything.
I'm like standing over him and I go, so, you got this from the New World?
The fishing's better out there. What can I say? Off the coast, damn king.
I like as
Well, let's do
we
it.
start talking, my tail starts sort of like picking up, sort of like scooping and picking up these octopus and putting them back in the barrel for him. Just like she doesn't mention it, she just starts casually doing it.
Don't bother. Don't bother. I can't sell these.
So I'm guessing since you cannot sell these, you probably need some, I don't know, money.
What are you getting at?
How often do you go to the New World?
Who do you work for? Are you with the king?
I don't, let's say, adhere to the rules of the king.
Well, listen, there's nothing wrong with these octopus. I feed these octopus to my own family. They're fine. This is good. All that seafood's fine. I mean, for the most part. It just looks a little different, all right? It's okay.
For
so
the
it's
most
fine.
part, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, every time. Sometimes you head over there, you get a little too close to. You know how it is. The main land where things get weird sometimes when you're out there, but
Have you ever been to the mainland?
no, hell no.
Why?
Well, I mean, you know what they say about the New World. You set foot on that, you're not coming back.
How would you feel about letting other people set foot on your boat and then onto the New World? You don't have to step foot at all.
I don't reckon so. Not in my case. I mean,
What's your name?
Carrie
Newcastle.
What's your name?
Carrie Newcastle, nice name. I tell you what.
Thanks.
Have you ever considered the fact that if you go to this New World and you sail your ship right into its harbors and you come back and you tell everyone the story of how Carrie Newcastle went to the New World, explored and came back the biggest, strongest sailor that ever existed, I would say that you would reach, I don't know, maybe legendary status.
Yeah, well, you haven't been out there in the water, have you? Much. I mean, hell, just making it through the goddamn Bay of Torrents is not exactly my idea of a good time. I have a better plan. I'm gonna stay close to home and start growing, I don't know, cabbage stew. That seems like that's doing a good deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I have another cabbage stew I bought.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I got like a cabbage stew.
Yeah.
You sound like that madman out there by the docks. He's always trying to get people together. Head out there.
What's his name, this madman?
I don't know. He's that crazy ass wizard.
So,
Look, if you're looking for people trying to go to the New World, you head out there.
Is he a tiefling?
No, he's not a tiefling, he's a wizard. You just say he's a crazy madman who lives over by the lake.
Tieflings can't be wizards.
Well,
Oh, I guess tieflings could be wizards, but no, he's not a tiefling. He's like a old ass, crusty old human or something.
Yeah, he doesn't see race, he sees class.
he's classist.
He's a classist.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get out there, but listen, you listen to me. It's good fishing, but I am careful not to go too far, right? That New World is strange. You know what I mean? I mean, 10 years ago, there was nothing. And I mean nothing. That was the edge of the known map 10 years ago. Now, overnight, a whole damn continent show up. That's just weird magic, man.
Sorry, who's the person at the dock that goes to the New World?
It's a wizard. We're going to go find
Here,
him.
look,
Oh, is it,
look,
How much
I'm
of that
in
cabbage
enough.
stew have you had?
yeah, I'm like a little like queasy off this. How much cabbage do
You
I
look
had.
sick.
Huh?
Just go walk it off. Go on.
Here, come on.
Hop it off,
and I
whatever you
pull
do.
him by the shirt and I'm flying. I'm like, let's go to the beach.
You're
Come
down to
on,
like
let's
5
go
silver
walk it out.
pieces. You just had like there's 7 bowls of like cabbage stew.
And, man, I can steal you some soup.
Yeah, I'm in a
Just reminds me of home.
I'm in enough trouble with the king as it is. I ain't going anywhere. But you go make your own beds. That's fine by me.
All right, well, good luck selling cabbages.
It seems like I'll do fine.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll start some competition. Maybe that'll be good for the economy. Perhaps you will do well. I don't know. But I doubt you will reach legendary status. Sorry, Carrie Newell. Newhall. I don't even know your name anymore. Good luck. Goodbye. She walks
I'm
off.
so glad I'm not hiring. So glad I'm not driving you out to the new world. That was gonna suck.
We cut away and that one octopus escaped is like in the shadows of the market, like underneath like footsteps, people walking over, cutting under carts.
Oh, because he's from the New World.
Little eye peeking out, like looking left and right. And then to the next cart.
He sneaks into the ladies' cart and he comes out with like a gown and a wig and a hat.
Couple eyelashes.
He's Pretty Woman's upside.
Yeah, just walking down the street.
And all the guards are like,
Yeah.
Some ugly guy. Oh, lady! Oh, never seen anything so fine in my life.
that's a fine lady.
You reach up her dress. Let me just get a feel. No. Slaps it with a tentacle.
Winks at him.
Even
And then
an
he's like,
octopus
the
does
guy's
not
all turned on by
appreciate
the ink. He's like, yeah. And then the octopus runs off.
And he
then there's-
stops drinking that day,
Oh.
goes after her, and
wow.
they have a nice life together. I think he goes after
No,
her. They have
I was going to say that a strong matronly hand falls onto the octopus in woman's clothing and goes, "You got to join the seamstress guild if you know what's good for you. Come with me. We'll make sure you're taken care of."
There's just a bunch of older
Is this a
lesbians.
front? I was thinking it was like a front for a prostitution
Yeah, it's the
house.
Jenny's
but-
Guild.
We're all like it.
Yeah, and
So it's clear no one knows exactly. There's a lot of lore around what happened to
Around the
octopus.
octopus.
We'll find out later, I guess, what exactly
yeah, I guess we better
happened.
keep this podcast about what you guys are doing, huh?
Another spin-off.
You guys are able to follow this person's direction down to the docks, and there, it's first of all, it's this huge like wooden pier that stretches like a half mile down the city, and there's all these fishing vessels. They're all like small, lighter fishing vessels with these colorful sails coming in and going out, and they've got like the lobster cages that they're pulling out. But after a little bit of looking, you see a very weird structure. It's like a section of the docks that's been entirely cleared off, and it just has big, like, looks like water tanks all built up, but very cobbled together, and some are just big barrels, and there's copper tubing running out of all of them, and all these copper tubes sort of converge and then go down through the dock and seem to descend down to something like some structure that's built underneath it.
Cool.
In the water?
Well, you see that there's like a ladder that you could use to climb down, and doing so on the sort of rocky shore just at the water's edge, there's a big cobbled together, looks like it used to be an old inn or a fishing house or something like that, and there are just dozens of copper tubes coming down and coming through the walls. Some as big around as your arm, most of them as thin as like just a pencil's width, just coming down and all converging in this big building, which is like 3 stories tall, ramshackle, and all sorts of strange clattering and clunking and strange smells are emanating from it. And there's like a big front door just kind of at water's edge, and it seems to be like almost hanging open, like it's unlocked if you wanted to enter. What would you guys be doing?
I think since I'm sort of leading the way, pretending it's my idea, I come up to it and I just knock on the big ting, ting, ting.
Yeah. The door kind of swings like slightly open, and you can see that this whole building is just essentially one giant room. Like it looks like there were multiple floors. Those have all been knocked out, and all
Kind of
sorts
like
of
a silo on the inside?
yeah. It's kind of like a big ramshackle tavern that has been turned into a single large experimental wizard's
A
lab.
laboratory.
Yes.
Laboratory.
There are still staircases that kind of connect up to the different floors, but they just form sort of a crude walkway between the different levels. Everything's made out of wood, everything looks sort of unsteady.
Oh.
And there are big sort of alchemical apparatus set up in the middle of the center of the bottom floor, and all sorts of tubes running down from these vats and kegs that line the walls at all these different levels. And it smells like 7 different chemicals at once. It's very strange. And there's a single crook-backed, sort of bent over old wizard with a sort of long, curly white beard and big bushy eyebrows and that sort of thing, sort of shuffling around, and he's doing something with this apparatus on the table. And without even looking up, Thunderfoot, as you come in through the door, he goes, you're here at last. You're here at last. Good. Come in. Hurry.
What? Me?
Yes, you're just in time. Yes, quick. I need someone on that spigot up there. All of you, hurry. Come in here.
Okay. Okay.
I need you to man the stations.
Okay.
The Crimson Mudflower.
Yeah.
Just there. Hurry.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. He points to like there's like a keg with like a spigot stuck into it, and like it's leaking little drops of like bright red, sort of muddy smelling liquid out. And the giant spider bile. Just over there.
Ren actually goes, I'll take that one, and starts walking to it. And it's like, oh, that smells so good.
Thick yellow ooze kind of thing. And
Actually,
Put your
very-
mouth under it.
For once, Ren is excited about something. So, oh, that looks nice.
and you, the blue bubbling stuff over there.
Okay.
Great. All right, excellent. Now, if all of my calculations are entirely correct, we are just about to create artificial, man-made astral star metal.
I'm sorry, what?
I need all of you to put your hands on those spigots. Do you see right there? Good, okay.
Okay.
And he starts delicately pouring like a flask of liquid into this big bubbling glass alembic, like a big glass globe that has all these tubes running into it from all around the room. Yes. When I count to 4, I need you all to turn on those spigots at the exact same time. 1, 2, 3, and he lets out this enormous sneeze that knocks him off of his feet.
2.
Right as he is about to say 4.
And I turn my spigot because I just assumed 4.
Yeah.
I turn it.
Great. What did the rest of you see? Thunderfoot turns his.
Yeah, I turn my teeth.
He looks up. The wizard looks up from the ground and goes, "Turn the spigots! The spigots!" Okay, we need to see how in sync your party is here to see if you were able to throw these spigots at the same time. Everybody roll d20. If you all manage to roll an 11 or higher, you're in sync. What do we get?
7.
6.
15.
Thunderfoot was on it. The dice speak true. Thunderfoot throws his at the right moment. You guys are late. As you turn your spigots, blor, 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 different colored liquids are cascading down these tubes, and the old wizard kind of looks up just as the liquids combine in this alembic, and this crazy viscous liquid starts rattling around and splatting off of this glass globe. And he goes, no, you want to, and then just the whole thing just explodes, and a shard of glowing, hard mineral type substance blasts out of this tube and just starts ricocheting around the room wildly, and it's punching through barrels, and it's ricocheting around, and it shows no signs of stopping. The wizard shouts wildly, "Someone grab it! Someone stop it! Somebody!"
I got it.
Okay, make a Thunderfoot. Make a dexterity check for me. Just roll d20.
Yeah, I just like leap off, and it's ricocheting like right through the middle of the room, and I have a lot of air sense, so
Things coming at you is like,
technical term.
yeah, I've kind of like, if you could see into rabbits' minds when they jump, it's like a beautiful mind. It's like all the calculations are like happening with like distance and time and space, you know what I mean? And so I've got it all like planned out, and I'm reaching like my big furry mitt like at it, and I'm gonna like
things moving pretty fast. I need a DC 15 dexterity check. So roll your d20. You're gonna add your dexterity modifier to this, which is pretty good for you, Rabbit.
It should be. It is
+2.
It could be better.
Oh, it's
Wait a
only
minute.
+2. I thought you were really good.
I thought that I added something.
He's really
to that
strong.
one.
You're really strong.
He's +4.
And you're really wise.
Oh, my dexterity is good.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, you might have better. So you can add your +2 to this.
I thought I did. Oh, when you fail a dex saving throw,
Okay.
you can use a reaction to roll a d4 and add it to the save, potentially turn failure into success. I have lucky footwork.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
can lucky footwork
I
work in
would
this
apply that in
situation?
this case,
Yeah?
yes.
Okay.
So let's see. So if you fail, we'll have a chance for you to possibly
to
succeed.
roll a d4 and add it?
Yes.
Okay. I got it! 7.
Go ahead and roll that d4, see if that does anything for you.
It's not going to.
No,
though.
it's not going to do anything. Well, 7 plus 2, 9. Ooh.
13.
We'll roll it anyway, see how bad this interaction with this thing is.
Where's my d4? This one?
Yeah, let's get a little use out of that.
I don't know where it is.
It's the triangle guy. Yeah, pyramid.
1.
What? Okay, it's pretty bad.
I'm full of cabbage soup. So, like, as you see me jumping, the cabbage in my belly is like swashing around. Oh.
This thing, like, you're about to get it, and it like swerves almost to avoid you, and it just hits you. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh my
like you were
gosh.
shot by a bullet. You guys see Thunderfoot like spun in midair as this thing clips him, and then just keeps on ricocheting around.
I think as it bounces around, Ren is just not moving, and as soon as it comes close to her, she sort of like dodges to the side and throws up her hand and tries to catch it.
Dexterity check for you too.
That's a 20.
And Ren just snags it out of the air.
And just goes, and it like sizzles in her hand. She
Yeah.
so she sort of like grips it a little harder and looks over at
Yeah, I'm just glaring at Red right now. My like big rabbit belly full of cabbage soup.
and I go, too much soup.
And I go, hey, did that paper armor work?
Yeah, this is just like burning.
Did it?
And like I just think back to all the legends about the armor and how maybe none of them were true. And it's literally just paper. And all of like my ancestors being like, nothing compares to this armor, Thunderfoot.
Nothing stronger than paper,
Nothing
Thunderfoot.
stronger than that. My eyes just like twitching.
Yeah, you're gonna. All these people be like, just metal, man. You just use metal. You're like, no.
Not how we
Paper.
do it. Not how we do it.
Ren, you are hanging onto this shard, which is burning hot. It's fortunate that you're immune to fire.
Yeah, so I go, oh, that was kind of nice. And I start walking down towards the wizard and I go, what is this?
The wizard's like, hurry, we need to douse this. It needs to be quenched before it destabilizes. And he's looking, he's like popping, I don't know, lids off of paint cans essentially. And then he has this like foul smelling whitish goop. Plunge it into here, quickly.
Well, that smells good too. And she just thrusts her fist in there.
The thing you grabbed out of the air was like just a little, looks like a shard of crystal, maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches long. Just like a tiny fragment of what the shine stone would have been. And it starts to sizzle in your grip and bubbles start to form, and then the whitish goop turns clear and everything seems to settle for a second. And the wizard goes, yes, step back.
Ren doesn't step back.
I think I've done it. And then the paint can that's in just explodes and goop goes everywhere. Okay. Take 2 points of damage from the force damage just as the can explodes on your hand.
Okay.
Your fingers are numbed from that. Oh, I really thought. Oh, he turns to Cup, who's just there, and he's just looking at you like, what was it? What did I do wrong? Was it the mud flower? Was it not fresh enough? I really thought it was
Yeah,
going to...
you always gotta check your mud flower. Because if it is 3 days expired, it is completely different.
It was fresh. They told me it was fresh.
What about container? Container, was there residue in the container before you used it? You know, you gotta check the air. There's a lot of human error. You are human.
It could have been fact that you sneezed before you could say four, and all of us did not turn at the same time.
I
You're
used
right.
to work in a lab, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there were a bunch of things in here that would not fly.
I think you're right. It wasn't my fault.
And I just
it
throw
was
up a bunch
fate.
of cabbage.
Just all over the floor. There are like all these vats and stuff have had holes punched into them, and there's just like different fluids just sort of like glop, like glopping and like spilling down into the room, and the wizard is just completely despondent, just sitting there, just kneading his forehead, going, that was everything. I put everything into it that I had, and it just won't work.
So
There's no making astral star metal, I don't think.
I mean, that's what that was, right? It just blew up. You made it.
I couldn't make it stable enough. The problem is, you understand, to contain the energy, you understand, to contain the energy, you need to have a stable
Element crystal.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes, but what?
Oh, y'all don't know. It's laptop.
Yeah.
Only astral star metal is capable of absorbing the incredible energies produced in the New World. And it's, of course, vanishingly rare. If I had just at least a small piece, I might be able to. But it's, back to the drawing board.
So
You should start cleaning this up, actually. I'm
hold
going to
on.
have lunch.
Clearly,
Right.
as he's just like walking away from them.
Yeah.
And Ren goes, clearly you are the quote unquote crazy wizard we heard about, yes?
Yes, that's right. Did you say crazy wizard?
Yeah, well, you don't have very good reputation. What's your name?
Well, you happen to be speaking to Ambrosius Nettleleaf, wizard 3rd class of the Alabaster Academy.
Well, that's nice.
Yes, it is quite nice. Thank you.
Mr. Ambrosia, would you like to get a hold of some of this astral star metal?
Yes. Do you have some?
Well, we know where some is.
That's quite nearly the exact same thing. Yes, absolutely. Please tell me more.
Well, the problem is it is headed to the New World as we speak.
Why, what's the problem with that? I've been trying to get to the New World for quite some time. I just lack a daring crew.
Well,
We could find you a crew, and you could go. Yeah, is that what you were thinking?
Well, I was gonna say we're daring, and we wanted to go to New World.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was gonna say.
there we go. He got there eventually.
I mean, it's a fine idea, and I understand that you could be a crew, but I'm looking for a daring crew. I mean, you realize it's been forbidden by the king.
All right, watch this. And I run up the stairs to the 2nd deck level, and I do a backflip off. And because of the cabbage in my soup, my like centrifugal force is all wonky, like an egg yolk. You know what I mean? Like in an egg. I'm like, whoa. And I just smack it on the ground. And like cabbage juice shoots out of my nose.
I see. Well, I'll seek some other people, but thank you so much for your interest. And as soon as you clean up here, you can be on your way.
Ren reaches for one of the like little shards or like shards of glass or something
Yeah,
of the
there's
container.
plenty. There's shards of everything.
And like picks it up and like throws it right at the wall, right where he's about to like walk through the door. So it lands like right in the door, right next to him, the doorway. I did not say that you could go.
You have a terrible shot. You didn't even hit me. Oh, you weren't trying to.
Why
You're
would
a good shot. Wow.
Yes, I am. Okay, this is going to be fun. Look,
Yes.
we are very daring. We are quite so daring, in fact, that we want to go to the New World to get this astral star metal from my crazy brother, who thinks that he is absolutely amazing and stronger than I am. That is not true. I'm going to prove him wrong. Anyway, and we're going to get back that star metal. We're going to come back. We're going to change the entire stone village that has been turned to stone, probably my fault, and we're going to save all the lives there. So if you are not on board for a crazy daring adventure like that, I suggest you do find another crew.
Yeah, and I run up and I kick the door, but my foot goes through and it gets stuck.
And just ignore him for now.
Well, your spigot timing was certainly off. I'll have to say that. It's clear that you're not working quite as a crew, really. I mean, that's the one thing, right? Is you have to be able to work together. But I see potential.
Yeah, we're not a crew. I pull my foot out.
He is right. We are not a crew, but you also sneezed, so kind of
Yeah, to be
partly
fair,
your
it's
fault.
your fault.
So,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. None of us are perfect on this green globe, on the gods' great vision of the world. Okay, it's agreed. You shall be my crew. We shall pilot a ship into the New World. And there, I shall finally investigate the powerful magics, the powerful energies which have come into being, which are yet unknown, and make a name for myself. And you shall clean up after my big kind of mess here. And as soon as you're done, we'll be on our way.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Ren looks around at the mess, looks around at her crew, and just goes, yes, we will clean this up. And when will we leave?
I'll make arrangements immediately.
Okay.
Then we can get going.
You go make arrangements. We'll clean up. Okay, goodbye. And ushers him out the door. And then she turns around and she goes, don't worry, I got this. And she sort of slides her hands across each other and then snaps. And her unseen servant starts picking up these pieces and cleaning up all the mess around them. And just obviously these guys can't see her servant, but she can sort of see a little bit of an outline as to where he is at certain times and sort of points him around and gives him directions.
Yeah, magically things are being cleaned up as all this is going on.
Wait, what's the song that's in Sword in the Stone?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that the one?
Wait, no, that's
That's a different
that's
one.
the fish
That's
swimming
the
around.
swimming. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what is that
That's
one?
the cleaning one.
Oh.
Is it stupid? It's
Tickle-be, rickle-be, tickle-be, doo.
yeah. Yeah.
So all we hear is this crazy music. Am I trippy right now?
And Ren's just sitting back I really like this song.
It all is being cleaned up as you guys speak. You're all in alignment to go and do this thing with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually sitting outside on the dock looking at the ocean. A little bit sad because I didn't catch the stone and I let my family get destroyed. And the person that I hate is kind of
The paper armor didn't stop the thing.
paper armor. That's supposed to act as heavy armor. I got no advantage for that heavy armor. Anyways.
It was too heavy.
Okay.
Nope. Catch off
And I'm just kind of feeling really bloated and I've got cabbage stew on my fur. I'm just kind of I'm staring at the ocean.
You turn to a comfort food, but then you ate too much of it, and now you're like, I don't even like this comfort food.
Yeah. And I look to my right and I see this strange octopus woman in a dress going
Staring out to sea.
yeah, staring out to sea. And I'm like, yeah, life's tough sometimes, huh? And the octopus goes,
Yeah, it's just the ocean is just lapping back and forth at the stony, dock front. By the time you are done cleaning up, Ambrosius is back. Well, I've done it. I've arranged it. To the new world. Are you all ready? For anything you need.
let's do this.
You don't happen to have a crossbow and some throwing knives hanging around, do you?
Yeah, I think we could arrange something like that. Yes, there's...
By the way, they have to be black. I don't.
They have to be black.
They have to be black. That is non-negotiable.
I think I can arrange that for you. It's a big city. There's knives and crossbows available. That's not so exotic. He stirs some up for you, and then they're not black, but he goes, just one moment. And he flexes his fingers, and he prepares a little cantrip, a little thaumaturgical, magical, and sort of, and they're dyed kind of a nice deep black. Yeah?
There you go.
Ren looks at them, inspects them, and she goes, you're not so crazy, this wizard.
No, it's everyone else who's a little bit nuts, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you'll have a problem with us. We're all a little bit crazy. So.
Oh, you must be if you're willing to accompany me. Please follow me down to the dock. I've purchased a boat from a well-meaning gentleman. So I think we're good. Do you know how to sail?
Sure.
Great. Then we're set. Our destination will be Bluffport. It's the nearest port. It's recently established in the New World, you understand, ever since things calmed down over there. You all know about the New World, yes? Good. Well, ever since things calmed down, all we have to do is sail just through the Bay of Torrents.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make it through that, clear sailing, up around the coast, and we'll be set. As long as we don't run afoul of any of the drug smugglers.
All right.
Oh, that's okay.
Do it.
It's alright, I know all the drug smugglers
Oh,
will be
I
fun.
know drug smugglers.
Oh, really?
All
Well,
right.
got something we have in
Okay, we're
common.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Do you-
drugs smugglers
no.
too.
No, you don't.
You don't. You never been outside?
Yeah.
You're a
Really?
cute fuzzy bunny. You don't
No,
know anybody.
I'm not cute at all. And I try to make a frown, but I'm not good at like making mean faces because I'm a rabbit. So even when I frown, it's kind of like a happy, like little cute smile.
Just a, like a,
You
You look so cute.
You look.
I don't look cute.
You look
No, you do.
cute.
You
No,
really
cute.
do.
You
and
look
I reach
adorable.
over and I give him some antacids because I'm a trucker basically. I was like,
And I
hey
take some,
buddy.
like literal Tums from the
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
this magical like pellet that froths in your mouth and
There you go.
That's
Me-
nice.
There you go.
makes your stomach feel good.
And as we're like, are we boarding the ship at this point?
Oh yes, if you're ready.
Sure. I
Here
guess
she
let's
is.
go.
What kind of ship is this?
It is not the most impressive ship you've ever seen in your entire life, but it's not so bad. It's like a big fishing vessel, 2 masts.
Oh.
Looks like it normally would have a crew of like 10, and it's going to be the 4 of you on it, but maybe that's enough. There's like a little below decks area where you could sleep down there. That's not like a huge piratey ship thing. It's kind of like a sloop.
Oh.
Yeah. There she is. Are you ready?
Yeah, you've asked that quite a few times.
Yeah, we're ready.
ready.
No, we
We're
wanted
like,
to go
we're
first.
gonna
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Like, let's
Because
go.
Because I'm
yeah.
also extremely ready.
Okay, fine.
we've been
Let's
ready
go.
for a
Yes.
long
Okay,
time.
so
Let's
we're all
do
really
it.
ready.
Good. Yes, me too. I'm also ready to plunge into the unknown,
Okay.
the new world.
Yeah, no,
I think
yeah,
as
we
we're
know.
going up the gangplank to get on the ship,
Yes.
and the like ship is starting to set off.
Yeah.
There's one tiny octopus that's dressed in ladies' clothing that sneaks up through a porthole and onto the ship.
Hey, yes, good. Yes, I'm totally ready. We have all the supplies we need. I arranged for that. At the same time, I was getting your crossbows and what could be what could anyone be afraid of? It's just the new world.
All right. Well, you seem nervous, so let's go.
Yes, that sounds definitely not ominous at all.
Well, I've never been.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, wait. You've just never been at all?
No, of course not. No, I mean, it's anyone who goes there, no one ever comes back, or those who come back end up changed or addicted or
But like just humans, that happens. Like everyone else is fine when they come back.
I mean, everyone who's ever come back to Rosemont, you could probably count on one hand. It's not many.
Ah,
And they are leaving when they come back.
Some are living, some are not quite the same. Fundamentally twisted on some deep magical level, if you understand what I mean. But anyway, we're here to discover. Hoist the anchor, set down the sails, let us sail.
All right, fine. Ren
Alright.
goes over to the sails and starts like unfurling and tying knots, and like she's been on a boat plenty of times.
Have you been on a boat?
Yeah, I think her and her brother have used all the various means of transportation to do all sorts of criminal activity. So I think she's very comfortable on a boat.
That sounds good. The guy has like charts and a compass that he's stakes out like whatever, like the little ship's cabin where he can start plotting stuff and using his telescope to look up at the sky and navigate your way. What Cup and Thunderfoot, is there things you would naturally try and do on a ship, or Ren could give orders?
I was gonna say, I think maybe Thunderfoot. There's like a big lake, so they've done like sailing around a lake. Maybe not like sea sailing, but I think they've like sailed around like big lakes, maybe near there. So he knows a little bit, so he can kind of help out and just do little things here and there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so being all hoisting sails and managing lines and stuff like that. Cup,
Yeah.
ever been on a ship?
oh hell yeah! I'm at the wheel, and I've like got my wraparound sunglasses on, like I'm ready to go. And I've got music playing from the Faye version of a stereo. I can make music.
Yeah.
Right. I had just like
Or you have a-
radio, like, the people that go to lakes and just blast. Like it's very booze cruisy for me.
Yeah.
And I have a beer and like a koozie out of nowhere. And it's just like, let's go.
And you're like, are you reading off of like the wizard's map of like where to go, or like because he figured out where to go?
Yes, he's like, there's this like,
Yeah.
he's got his dotted course showing like up, and it's going to be a few days.
Up, got
Alright,
it.
few days.
I got that.
Going up.
Cup
Yeah.
nose up.
Got it.
A
yeah.
few days to the west.
Few days west.
And then
on
that's
it.
going to take you through this big region known as, that just says the Bay of Torrents. And you're going to go up around the coast and get to a small dot that represents a little town called Bluffport.
And I like go up while she's listening to music. I'm like, hey, what are you listening to?
You ever heard of Lifehouse?
No, can I hear?
Yeah, of course. I forgot how it goes.
Desperate for changing, starving for truth, closer to where I started.
You got it.
And
man.
like I hear the music coming out from her whatever, just her
Yeah.
ambiguous like musicness.
Her Oakleys.
And the Lifehouse just like fills me up like with so much light. You know, my eyes go wide and I'm kind of glowing, and I'm like, yeah, this is shine music. Like, jam out.
Shine music.
That's awesome. Hey, and I look back to where like Ren is, kind of just like down on the other side of the boat. I'm like, hey, you trust her?
Hey, man, I got a pass. You trust me, don't you?
Yeah, I trust you.
Hey, we all got a pass. She's going this way, New World. Who wants to go to New World? It's crazy, but we are going for a reason. I'm going to get my kids back.
Oh.
19 kids, I'll tell you about them. 18.
Yeah,
18.
18. You lost Dweedledum.
No, Dweedledum's alive. I lost Deedle.
Oh, Dito, that's.
He was
I'm
a
so
musician,
sorry. I
know,
didn't.
thank you. No, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. You
I'm
lost your
sorry.
family, you know?
Yeah. We
But-
cut to the Fae room where the cops are grilling
Interrogating
that
Very
woman.
female.
And you're just saying she disappeared. Oh, fuck. You're just saying he disappeared.
I'm telling you, he just disintegrated out of midair. I know this sounds not real. The other cop's like, you goddamn right, that's fucking real. Slam the table. You fucking killed him, man. You fucking killed him.
All right, that's enough, boys. That's
I did.
enough.
I did kill him. I did.
We got him.
I did.
We got him.
I did.
All
did.
right.
Oh, you're going away a long time. We got
Lock
you
her
on this
in.
one.
Yeah, they drag her off to prison because she was forced into
Yes.
False confession.
a false confession. Yeah,
Yeah, it's real
where
making
that's-
of a murderer.
This is
where
real,
that story is
everyone.
going. We'll find out where that story
I'm
goes.
from like the
Stay informed,
Wisconsin
be
version of
aware.
Faye.
It's a couple of days at sea here, or not even probably. It's like a day at sea, and you quickly lose sight of the mainland behind you, and before long, a landmass just starts to become visible on the horizon. And your captain, your navigator, Ambrosius, is enraptured by it immediately. He's up there on the deck with his spyglass. I've never seen it, not in real life.
I run up to the deck to what? What is it?
It's the new world.
That's it.
Yes, there was nothing here. You realize, right? Until like 10 years ago, then it formed, and no one knows why.
Wow.
It's just magic. They say that heroes voyage to the end of the world with a magical stone or a wish or something, and it created a whole new land, overflowing with magic, where anything's possible.
You're telling me that an entire continent came from a wish?
Well, that's what they say. Yes. Like I said, 10 years ago, I mean, it used to be you could sail out here and there'd be nothing. Like, literally, you'd reach nothing.
Wow.
Anyway,
Nothing.
be on your guard. They say things get unusual out here.
What do you mean by unusual?
Well, they say that it's called the Sea of, or the Bay of Torrents. So I assume something unusual happens out here. But it seems rather nice to me so far. And at that moment, schools of fish come swimming by the edge of your ship. And leaping out of the water. And they have little wings that pop out and go. A flying fish.
Oh,
Normal type of flying fish, the type you may have seen.
nice.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
that's
just
awesome.
jumping out and sort of.
Oh,
Cool.
wow.
Yeah, big schools are coming in, and it's sort of as if fleeing something.
Oh.
Those are really beautiful.
Oh, they're going kind of fast.
It's not very good looking. So, excuse me 1 second. And she grabs the telescope from the wizard's eyes and she starts to look back towards the direction of where the fish are fleeing from.
Ran, what do you see?
Big something like a blob in the water, like something starts to rise up out of the water.
We should go faster. And Ren like slaps her hand and twirls it in a way, and her mage hand pops up and starts pulling the sails a little tauter, so they start going a little bit faster towards land.
Nice. What you see is, at first you think something's going to emerge, but then it's just a huge blob of water rising into the air. Not even a creature, just like just floating up into the air.
And she's
big wobbly globe.
She's still holding the rope and like looking with the telescope and goes, "Everything's fine. Just keep going, just keep going towards the land. Everything's fine. Don't look back. Nothing to look back at."
Your ship is starting to. So they're coming from the direction of the new land. So you're actually heading in the direction of this blob. So I think all of you guys would see.
Oh, I see.
This huge watery mass, and it starts to cast a shadow. You know, the light's coming through it and casting this coruscating shadow as this blob goes up, and then it reaches a certain height and just sort of, and just a torrential rainfall of water just comes down into the ocean. And then you see that there's other big blobs of water around you guys are like sort of rising up into the air one after another, sort of replicating the situation.
Excuse me, furry bunny?
What do you want?
Is your fur waterproof?
The water runs off it much like a duck.
Well, I don't know what you need to do to activate that, but you should probably do it now. How about you? Your wings, can you even fly when it is rainy?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty good. And I got this cape. It is waterproof.
Pull that up. These bubbles are it's starting to form like weird waves and currents in the water as you guys are going through this. Ambrosius is adjusting the spectacles, going, "Incredible!" Someone though needs to take the wheel and help you guys steer through what looks like.
Oh, help me
what's up.
steer? Because I've been steering.
Well, you can be steering it. You absolutely can be steering it. What skill do you got that you'd be using to steer this thing?
Let's see. What skill would it be?
You tell me. What would you be using to pilot a ship, being at the wheel? It probably normally would just be like a dexterity check I'd ask for.
Oh, yeah. +2.
Could it be sleight of hand?
She's
using a wheel.
Yeah, there you go. Sleight of hand would make sense to me. Like you're kind of using your dex to feel the little jerks and moves in the current.
That's what makes me good at transpo, because I feel the road, much like you feel the air.
Okay, so roll d20. Go ahead and add your modifier to that. We're just trying to get 12 or better here.
7.
Okay, plus
4. Dang it, 11.
11. Okay, so one of these big blobs starts forming in front of you, and you start trying to get away from it. But you guys, the entire ship that you're on starts to get lifted up into the air
Ren
as you start
immediately
riding this thing up.
She sends her mage hand over to the wheel to assist Cup.
Roll yours d20, and we'll do it the same check, sleight of hand, to help her out.
That's not gonna be good. That's gonna be a 5.
And the whole ship just starts riding up onto this giant blob of water as it starts lifting up into the air. And then these flying schools of fish are like leaping up into the blobs of water as you guys are going up. And you see the school of fish sort of basically leap out of the ocean, through the air, into the blob of water, and then splash into this blob of water as it comes up. And then splash out the backside of the water, flitter their way across to another blob of water, and your ship is rapidly rising into the air where it's going to pop soon. Ambrosius is just looking around like,
What do you mean it's going to pop soon?
Like it did with the rain?
Like the actual water
the
bubble will
blob
pop
is going
So
to...
we'll,
and drop us.
crash.
Yes, and going to drop you in about...
How high are we at the moment?
You're probably getting to about 60 feet.
We're at 60 feet already.
Well, yeah, it is probably going to pop around 80 feet.
And it's going to pop around 80 feet?
Uh-huh.
This does not feel like we're going to make it.
I can fly.
Okay, I'm going to need to make a parachute out of this sail. So I run up to the sail and I just start hacking at it with my my sword. And I'm like,
You may have spells. If anyone has spells that could help them out in situations as well, feel free to use those creatively. But yeah, your sword works for me if you just want to try and make a parachute really quickly.
I don't have anything that would actually help me.
We're on.
Oh, you know what? I do have speak with animals, though. I could talk to these flying fish, but I don't think they're gonna. I was just trying to think of what they would
You're
even
fucked!
do.
Holy shit! Okay, go ahead and if you would try and make parachutes out of this, what skill would you be using to do that? It could be like an athletics, if you're like sort of like bounding around and grabbing ropes and cutting sails and trying to make something to help you out.
Yeah, maybe like. I have survival. I also have medicine, athletics.
Yeah.
You
I would
think
take athletics over survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll d20. I'm going to call for a 14 or better here to swiftly make some sort of crude.
Oof. Nope.
Oh.
12.
Plus with your thing. Gosh dang! All right, sploosh! The water underneath you just sort of bursts into this torrent of rain, and your ship plummets, dropping. And there's this whoosh! You hit the water, and there's this huge like. Okay, everybody make a strength saving throw in order to avoid being like thrown down to the deck and taking damage here.
12.
Do we add her?
5.
You could add it, whatever you have over here.
No strength. Oh no. Nothing.
Yeah, I wrote
6.
a natural 1 actually.
Damn, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
12's good enough.
6.
6 fails. So the guys who fail, you each take just 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you're thrown into the.
Were my hit points reset?
Yes,
over
we'll
the
say
long rest?
it's been enough time that your hit points reset.
Okay.
Yeah. Ren, you're able to like grab onto some rigging or something like that and swing with the thumping of the ship. But another big blob of water is forming you. There's more schools of flying fish are like leaping out and flittering through the air all around you.
I run up to the wheel of the ship since they're both
Yeah.
knocked down, and I try and sort of wrench it to the right to get off of this next blob that's about to come up.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me.
That is a 19.
19 will do it. You lean into the wheel and the rudder's kind of kicking on you, but you manage to just really lean into it, and the boat skirts around another huge blob that just the whole boat sort of tips as it just starts rising up into the air.
I keep driving, and then I reach over with one arm and I like pluck Cup up the ground, like squelch her up from the water, and like, here, take over, come on. And I like put her on the wheel, and I start going to the sail to try and make us go faster.
Okay, sounds good.
And some are cut like badly. Some of the sails
There's all
are
these like
cut.
ropes like
My mage hand is running around just desperately trying to grab onto the ropes.
Ambrosius, who is also picking himself up from the deck, going, "Oh my god!" sees something over the sides of the ship and goes, "Oh, they do get bigger."
What?
Fascinating. And that you see what obviously was chasing these schools of fish surging through the water, octopuses.
Oh.
But giant,
Whoa.
like 12-foot long ones. The same type that you guys saw with these fins and stuff like that. Going through the water.
We have a stowaway.
Meanwhile, we go down to the bottom of the ship, and the tiny octopus in the women's clothing is peeking out the hole and goes, "Mommy!"
You just see like an eye. It's like that's the size of the other one. Like look at it, and just doesn't know how to feel about that. It just moves on.
The flying fish like spring out of the water with into like one of these big bubbles that's rising into the air, and then the octopus, one of these giant octopuses, follows as it surges up out of the water. It's like big membranous fin on its head
my
and on the
gosh.
sides spread out, and all of a sudden it's like a paragliding octopus that comes out, its big long tentacles sort of trailing behind it as it jets itself out of the water towards the school of fish and splooshes into that big bubble of water that rises up out of the water right
So we
in
see
front
like
of
a
you.
floating octopus like in a big water bubble.
Yes, and it's
And
chasing
the
its
sun's hitting the light and it refracting in there, glittering all crazy. It's a very cool image.
A lot of colors we've never seen before.
Yeah, and Ambrosius is just going, "The new world! It's more incredible than I could imagine!"
Yes, and it's so incredible, it's going to kill us.
Yeah, and then boof, that water bubble bursts and rain comes, torrential downpour across the deck, just drenching you, and flying fish dump, 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 land onto your deck, flopping around, and then you see a shadow of a giant flying octopus come soaring down towards your deck. Everybody roll initiative real quick.
Oh my god.
As this, all the rigging creaks as a giant octopus comes flying into your sails and into your rigging, and these giant tentacles come sweeping down across the deck for you.
What kind of throw?
This is initiative, so roll a d20,
Oh,
add your initiative
initiative.
modifier, and we'll go around the table.
Natural one again.
Thunderfoot's just so dialed in, singing Lighthouse.
I'm just gathering my strength.
Okay, Cup, what'd you get?
13.
Ren?
16.
Okay, and we know that you are last. Okay, so Ren, there you are. You're up.
Yeah, I think I am going to see this giant octopus coming down towards us, and I'm gonna I start like rolling my hands in the same way we've seen before, right before I hit my brother with Witch Bolt, and then like shoot it up into the sky towards this octopus.
Okay, so roll to hit. So it's like up in the rigging, and it's just sort of draped over, and it's sort of slithering its way down, sort of all the like the rope-like.
That's
ropes.
a 16, I believe.
That's a hit.
Great.
And then there's a smell of ozone and a crackle of magic as Ren just unleashes a bolt of lightning from her fingers. Damage.
I don't know what damage is for
D12.
12, great. Losing it. That is 8 damage.
Oh, it's pretty good. Like a smell of grilled octopus. Just starts. Yeah. It starts thrashing. It's like its tentacles all around. It clearly hurt it very badly.
A little like a little slice of tentacle has like fallen onto the deck, and Ren's tail whips out and like spears it and like starts sizzling it on the end, and she takes a little bite.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good actually. It is. It tastes like really good and fresh.
It's quite nice.
Should have eaten the one at the back of the moon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and get that one.
Cup. This thing is still alive up in the rigging, and it can't help but be like tearing cloth and snapping lines and stuff like that as it's up there.
Cup. Man, my wings are wet, so I actually don't fly very well with wet wings. Deeva Cup, she's down. Her wings are wet. You think she's out of the fight, but she's not. She gets up, she looks, man, I've fought more legs than you got. Let's do this. But because my wings are wet, I gotta climb, and I'm like, and then the whole time I'm going, you don't understand. I grew up in a roadhouse. I was like, I had to fight people every day. And then I was also the short order cook. And I was also a musician every day. I did this the whole day. I had to prove myself.
Clean the bathroom.
You get up, hide up. There's like a big tentacle, a couple tentacles like draping down by Deeva, foot tall.
And I go, Kia! Because I'm also blue belt in Taekwondo. Or as we call, Fake-Wondo.
Taekwondo, thank you.
Fake-Wondo.
Please tell me you got the like DVD set from the 7-Eleven, and that's how you learned.
Yes,
Fake-Wondo.
I matrixed myself by watching DVDs.
Oh, no, Taekwondo.
I know
All right.
Fake-Wondo.
All right, so why don't you roll d20? Is it that you're trying to like kind of like hurl this thing off the ship? You're trying to grapple it, or you're just trying to kill it?
I think I'm trying to grapple, like trying to like
Okay.
stop it from. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Fight.
We got
8 plus
8.
Constitution.
Yeah, we can do that.
12.
Okay. I think that's enough. Wait, it kind of depends on what you are trying to do. Are you trying to kill this thing? Are you trying to non-violently eject it from your rigging?
Man, I guess I'm trying to kill it. I'm trying to beat it to a pulp. However.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that I think that actually does hit this thing because they're just big
sweet.
tentacles. So you're able to grab those tentacles. What do you do to those tentacles?
I headbutt them.
Just your whole body gets suctioned into one of the legs.
Yeah. That's
And then my like wings speed up, and I go, and it kind of like the suction pulls me of my own wings pulls me out of the suction, and then
big red mark on your face.
with the red bar, I was like, all right, motherfucker, and then I come back and I just grab a tentacle and I break it over my knee. I don't know.
All the bones in there.
Yeah, I think you grab it and you're like, take this! And it's like,
And it just bends.
And then my wings go up again, and all I start doing roundhouse kicks, like choop, 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 like a little helicopter.
All right,
Roundhouse kick.
why don't you roll
Like,
a d6?
She's
and
gonna Chun-Li.
roll a d6 and add plus. Oh, hell, that's a lot of damage.
6.
You learned all your moves from the literal Street Fighter video that you got after.
This documentary is teaching me all I need to know about
man.
street fighting. Okay, so shockingly, that is enough to kill this giant flying
Oh
octopus.
wow.
So to your shock, you guys see like Deeva like fly up there. Complicated series of moves.
And like, is she doing good? Oh, she's doing. Oh no, she's doing bad. Oh no, she's doing good.
And then the giant octopus just sort of like bloof, and is sort of just knocked off of the rigging, slops onto the deck, and then flap, flap, like its tentacles sort of flop off, and it sinks into the water.
Wow. And I'm just as shocked. I'm like, oh, wow.
Blorp. That's good. You finished that one off. But blorp, more of it's only intensifying these blobs of water coming out.
Wow.
The flying fish are like swirling around you, essentially leaping from blob of water to blob of water as they burst above you. And there are like there must be a dozen of these giant octopuses all in pursuit of them.
And they're not in pursuit of us, right? They're just in pursuit of the fish?
No, you're basically in the middle of a weird feeding frenzy.
Okay.
And 2 more of these octopus things come like colliding into your boat. One just gloms onto it from the front and starts pulling itself up. Its tentacles sort of come up over the deck and start pulling it up. And then another one just comes sailing in and also slams into your rigging and is starting to like grab ropes and shut up with a pop, 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 starting to like pull a rigging off of your ship. The ship slowing down as it's just bogged down and torrents of rain are like spilling down on you.
Do we have like a little like safety boat?
Yeah, there's like a rowboat for sure hanging off the side. Thunderfoot.
That's a common one. I keep my camera. Call me Thunderfoot.
Sure, I got the Thunder nickname.
I've got
Because so
the
everyone
Thunder.
has foot in their name.
Exactly.
Thunder.
Why don't I have foot in my name? Why am I Thunder Butt?
You know
what? You know what?
Thunderfoot, is your turn.
turn.
2 more of these giant octopus things.
All right, so I just see that they latch onto the boat, and I look down, and through all the wreckage, there's a hole where I'm standing, and I see the eye of like a scared little octopus
Yep, yep.
staring up at me, and I look down, and I'm like, you look just like a small version of these guys, and I have speak
He's
with
wearing
animals.
a dress still, though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I'm like, I saw you at the dock, and I say like, hey, listen, I don't think these guys want to hurt us. Do you know, is there any way for me to talk to them or tell them what they need so they can not hurt our boat? And that's what I try to talk to the little animal.
Who wants to voice the octopus?
Well, I think you need to.
should.
Oh, I have to?
You have to because I think you have to
Okay.
decide how this works.
Roll an animal handling check. Wait, because you have speak with animal,
I do
right?
have speak with animals.
So
yes.
you'd have to sort of cast that spell.
Okay.
So you sort of access the shine.
Sure,
thing?
yes, I access the shine. Through all of the crazy rain, there's still sunlight, I imagine,
Yes.
in this scene.
Oh, beautiful sunlight.
So there's just like a ray, and when a ray, you know how like rays will like move and pass? I can actually like kind of oddly catch one and like bring it to me. And so the light like kind of like stays on me and it shines down through the hole like onto me and like down through to the octopus down there. And so I talk with it and I say what I just said.
Okay, great. Roll an animal handling check to see how reasonable it is.
All right, 17.
Oh, you make an excellent appeal to this.
Yeah.
It recognizes you.
Yeah.
It's not afraid.
Yeah.
And it would be like.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You.
Understood. Yes.
See if I can learn an octopus voice. They'll simply want fish. Delicious fish.
Okay. If I give them fish, will they leave me alone? Us alone?
If you can get me to them, I can
Really?
talk to them for you.
Okay. And I reach my hand down and he puts his like tentacles up on my hand
Yes.
and I lift my hand out of the hole, which is very interesting because this is the exact situation that happened when I went to the tide pool and I stuck my hand in the hole and the octopus latched onto it in real life.
That was really cool, y'all. That's bonus material.
Yeah.
As
Gotta
I
pay
will
more
say,
for that.
yes, subscribe to our Patreon. I will add that as that happens, your hand gets a weird tingling feeling that starts going up your arm to like your elbow.
Yeah.
But there's an octopus on your arm now wearing a woman's dress, a
Right.
child's dress.
Right.
So you can't tell if anything's happening because there's an
Right.
octopus there.
I'm like, that feels weird. Let's go.
No, get me to that lead octopus.
Okay, and I run over to like the middle of, there's two there, right?
Yeah,
So-
there's two. There's one up in the rigging and there's one.
Okay, and I just
The male octopus. Get me to the male octopus.
right, the male one. Yes, of course, the one with the huge penis. Then which one is the male?
The one with the large ventricles on the side.
Yes, ventricle. Hey, you! And I just read, because it's the only
Okay.
one I see, I shout
Yeah.
out to the one in the sails.
Okay. That's probably the right one, yeah. You got it.
Yeah. This might be sexist, but apparently you're the one in charge in your community.
I am! But it's merit-based.
Oh, right, so it could have been a woman. It's
It
just-
usually is. I'm an outlier.
Oh, nice.
I've done a lot of listening. What can I help you with?
Listen to this guy. He's got something to say to you. He's like, that's not an octopus. Oh, hold on. They take the dress off.
The octopus's gasp, audible gasps on the ship.
For a second, everyone thought I was undressing a literal child, a woman. But then they all breathed a sigh of relief as they realized I was not ripping the clothes off.
Yeah, the little doll's wig falls off of the head of the octopus.
The female octopus says.
And the octopus, the little child
This is
octopus,
almost offensive.
raises its two tentacles in an impassioned speech
Okay.
to the differences between humans and octopuses, and how we're not so different,
Yeah.
and how there's plenty of fish in the sea, and it's time for us to go home, at last, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful moment. The octopus slithers off of your hand. I don't know. Now, throw me into the ocean and let me guide them home.
Okay. And I just pick him up and I throw him maybe a little too hard. And just he skids in the water like kind of like a boogie board.
The other octopuses release the ship, and understanding now that you are not fish, you are just ship. Like detach themselves from the rigging and slither into the water and pursue the last vestiges of the flying fish that are still fluttering away. Despite that, there is not any calming down to these bubbles of water that are rising out of the ocean. In fact, it's becoming more intense. There's more like and rain is drenching your ship beneath you. The main island, or the main land of the New World, is looming up large enough that you can see forested hills and distant beach and tall mountains and the smoking volcanoes deeper in, and strange storm-like light is sort of filling the air as the water bursts around you guys, and the wind is catching your tattered sails, and the ship is sort of bucking wildly as you're going sort of off course through the wild seas. Thunderfoot, you feel all this wind in your hair and in your ears, and then you look at your hand where that octopus was thrown off of it, and there is like no hair on it
Whoa.
whatsoever.
Ew.
Yeah,
No fur?
yeah, no fur.
Jeez.
I'm like, what's this cup giving me this
an-
terrible look? What's that?
Looks like a naked hole rat.
And your fingers have like weirdly distended. You're like normal like paw, like the fingers like long and strangely prehensile, almost like they've become tentacle like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they like, do they have tentacle texture to them? Or are they...
No, they're still your regular fingers, but they just feel like weirdly boneless.
Oh, so like my hand's like
Weird.
jelly-like? But
Yeah.
it's still my type of skin.
Yes.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm sick.
Ambrosius, who has like a penknife in his hand and his staff in the other, and is very happy to see that the giant octopus has slid off the front of the boat, is like, "There's no time for that! Someone get us around those water bubbles, or we're going to sink!"
I would assume Cup is still driving.
Let's go.
And I think as she's driving, Ren is up at the front and she's using Eldritch Blast to like try and blast the bubbles before they can get too high. before they can like take them, like
Great, so
anything
they
that's in their
glob
way.
up, and then you're just like,
Yeah,
and they
she-
sort of blorf.
Yeah, so
and
she'll like send out this purple, electric lightning bolt. in
make
front
an
of her.
attack roll to see how good you are at targeting those.
That's a attack. Oh, that's a 19.
Oh, you're extremely good at this. As you're unleashing these eldritch blasts, this like the storm that is rolling off of the new world, this wind sort of hits you, and the electricity from your eldritch blast and from your witch bolt, there's sort of like a static charge that like lingers on your tiefling skin, and you guys all see like there's like almost like a static buildup between your horns and at the tip of your tail, where there's just sort of like lightning that's sort of like flashing off of it.
Yeah, I think I'm generally sort of kind of glowing purple at this point with all this energy, but I also like am loving target practice. So because I'm like just having a blast, I'm also on fire because I'm just like
having an eldritch
Blast.
right now.
an eldritch blast.
Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. That's
Merch
all
will
I
be
need.
available, but only on our Patreon. Thank you very much.
Cup, it is going to take some real good steering here, some real good piloting to get you from where you are, even to just get to, like, you look up at the sails, they've been tattered, all these lines have been ripped off, a bunch of them have been cut to try and turn into a parachute. It's going to take some real good piloting just to get you to safe harbor, let alone make it all the way up to Bluffside,
Yeah.
or Bluffport.
Yeah.
Can you give me, I need a DC, let's go up to a 16 dexterity, sleight of hand check. You have advantage because of Ren helping you out blowing these things up, so you get to roll twice and take the higher roll.
8.
Plus...
Oh, plus dexterity.
Yeah, I would say always add those.
And you get
Or plus
advantage.
your sleight of hand.
Oh, sorry. So 8 plus 4, 12.
12. Okay, so that's a failure.
Oh, 17.
It's gonna
Plus,
be it.
Okay, 21.
21. You are able to spin the wheel just right. As you do so, you feel like, again, this crazy energy coming off, and you feel like a weird, unnatural strength flowing through you, and you grip like the little things you're hanging onto on the wheel are like starting to crack under the grip of your strength as you force the ship to slide right between like an exploding bubble and into the wind. And I think we fade down from this scene as your ship has come to rest on a sandy shore
Nice.
on the edge of the new world. The ship is sort of listing. The sails are in tatters. A storm is kind of behind you, having sort of spent itself out somewhat. And you're like, the ropes and the sails are sort of drifting in the breeze. In front of you is sort of a thick, somewhat tropical forest. There are palm trees, and a big sandy beach, but it's mostly rocky on the sides. And you can see that there's rocky land, inland, and all of that stuff. Ambrosius looks around and goes, well, we did it! Welcome to the new world!
And I think I'm just kind of like waterlogged, and my hand looks really weird, and I'm just kind of resting against like the rails. But then I stand up and I shake my fur a little bit like a dog, and all the water just really
Yeah.
like slides off really easily.
Are you super poofy after that?
A big gust of wind
Extra
comes
cute.
and just poofs me up. Poof. And I'm just-
Everything
Big
except
ball.
your one arm, which is
Right.
just like sort of
Stripped
rabbit
of fur.
flesh rubber.
Whoa.
and I say, let's go find your brother. Dun, 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 dun.
Excellent. I think that's a good place to wrap it up at, guys. Great session today. Thank you so much. You've reached the new world. It's obviously a strange place. You've just seen the start of it. Weird changes are afoot. We'll see what the adventure has in store next time. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll be back again soon.
Yay.
Till then, roll high. Catch you next time.